Again, here comes Jamie Foxx. Here I go, here I go, here I go, yes. Tonight's the night, let me check out my flow. Time to get it started, you know what to do. Here comes Jamie Foxx, if you want me to. Here comes Jamie Foxx, here I come once again. Here comes Jamie Foxx, 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 Foxx. What's going on, y'all? Get y'all asses up and come on to the motherfucking classroom. Get y'all asses up and come on in the motherfucking classroom, because we got to get into the things of the mother trucking, mother loving, mother tucking things. What is going on? Bitch, my titties. I'm back to drinking my celery juice and all the things. What is going on, y'all? This is Oliver Twix here, your nerd boy cutie reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work once again. And I'm so excited to be talking to this person today. She is an inspiration of mine. I am a fan of hers. She is freaking amazing. And a lot of you dumb, I'm trying to be nice, I'm trying to fix my mouth. A lot of you mentally lazy, I'm just gonna call you mentally lazy people out there is, why you got Shea Coulee coming on? First of all, it's Shea Coulee. Shea Coulee can come on to anything she fucking wants to. Two, Shea Coulee is also a curator of top model content. And I thought, well, what a nice way for us to collaborate our two top model worlds by her coming over here to do an ANTM Twix exclusive. The queen, Shea Coulee.
Hey! How's it going?
How are you, beautiful?
I am doing so well. Thank you. The rain has just cleared up here in Chicago, Illinois. It was dreary. It was pouring, but I am so ready to jump in this chat with you and talk about one of our favorite things, America's Next Top Model.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't know you were in Chicago. I thought you were in LA.
No, girl, I'm still holding it down in Chi-Town.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, no, I actually in the process of buying my first home out here, so I'm gonna be here for a minute.
Congratulations.
Be here. Thank you. Just a cute little condo for me and my boo and our little dog.
You're in a relationship.
Yes, my boyfriend Dan and I have been together for almost 5 years now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm newly single.
Yes, but she's like, well, look, people getting vaccinated. It's about to be a real hot girl summer. So I feel like for someone who's newly single, it's a good summer to be out there. Mm-hmm.
And I went and got shot up yesterday, girl. The little COVID shot they gave me, I was feeling all types of symptoms. Miss Clay, my hands was getting sweaty, my head was getting foggy, my arm was getting tight. I was like, girl, what is it giving?
Yeah, no, it really, that second shot for me definitely felt like one of the worst hangovers I've ever had. But I didn't have the fun night before, you know what I'm saying? So it was really hard for me.
Yes, ma'am.
And I saw you were out there drinking your celery juice. Is it just celery? What is the recipe? Do you put some cucumber in there? You put some lemon in there? You put some, what is it?
You know what? I probably should. That would probably be amazing. But this is the Suja brand. And so I get the organic just celery juice. They have some that come with different juices to make it sweet, apple juice, whatnot. I just get the straight organic celery juice.
Okay. Yeah, I could get down with that. That's a lot, actually. I've tried celery juice before, and it's hard for me.
It's nasty as hell.
But you know what? Hell. Your body will thank you.
It will thank you.
I'm sure. I'm just drinking some Starbucks over here right now.
So everyone who follows me in all of my ANTM content, y'all know when I do my ANTM lives, it's normally with contestants who were on the show. And so the structure is normally, I'm asking them questions about the cycle they were on. I'm asking them questions about their work afterwards. I'm doing y'all favorite thing, ANTM roll call, where I go down the list of everybody. They tell us their opinions. But since it's Shea Coulee, it's a little different today. Oh, bitch, I'm rapping. Look.
Yes.
So, before this interview, Shea Coulee and I have gathered our personal top 10 photos of all time on America's Next Top Model. So as we go back and forth in telling and saying what our number 10 or number 9 is, I'm going to be asking some of the fan questions, and I'm also going to do a remix version of ANTM Roll Call, which is now today Drag Race Roll Call, and I'm going to be throwing some names out there to Shea Coulee. She's going to tell us the first thing that comes to her brain, good, bad, excuse me, ugly, or indifferent. It's like my version of look at her.
Yes, absolutely.
So are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
So my first question.
iPad.
Let me see.
I said I got my little iPad and whatnot. I'm ready. I'm like trying to be all official for class.
Okay. So the first question I have for you, Shea Coulee, is why did you decide to do the Top Model podcast?
Okay, so we had been, Ferrah Dog and I had been chatting for like about a year, and they were like, you know, really, Shea, like you should really get in the world of like podcasting. Big Dipper, who is a friend of mine from like way, way, way back, because he used to live in Chicago. And so I really wanted to do something that was like based in fashion, because obviously I have such like a love for it, but I like really just couldn't find an angle that I felt like really suited me. And so then, you know, this like quarantine was happening, and like we're all just sitting on the couch, and I started binge watching America's Next Top Model for like the 13th time. And I was just like, you know, starting to chat with all my friends about it in our group chats, and I was just all like, oh my gosh, I will never get sick and tired of talking about this show. I was just all like, this is like the perfect like material for me to talk about for a podcast. So that's basically where it started. So we started, you know, just like getting into like development a couple months ago, starting to like figure out a structure, and it's coming along a lot. It's coming along well. We had you on. We had such a fun conversation. It was so great. So because one thing, and especially what's really been fun about doing this podcast is like America's Next Top Model really has been such an influential part of like my life as just like a Black queer creative. It just was an outlet, you know. And you and I talked about like how we didn't have that on TV back then, and it just provided such like a window to like glamour that we didn't like, you know, really see before, and it made all these things accessible, and it made me want to chase those dreams. And you know, I mean, Drag Race is not too different from the way that it's set up and the way that we fall in love with the contestants. So Top Model holds such like a special place in my heart. So that's why I can talk about it with anybody, any super fan, you know, for days.
Yes. So spoiler alert, y'all. Yes, I will be up here. Yeah, you let it out, Shea. You let it out.
I know. I was like, ooh.
Yes, the hair net in charge will be appearing on an upcoming episode of Wanna Be on Top, hosted by Shea Coulee and Big Dipper. And what's the other beautiful
Maxwell?
Maxwell, yes. So be on the lookout for that. Tell everybody where they can listen to the podcast.
You can listen to Wanna Be on Top wherever you listen to your podcast. You can go download, so hit that subscribe button, y'all. It's still new. We're still growing, so I appreciate it so much. And yeah, we come out on Mondays and Thursdays. Monday is where we do a really, really in-depth like ANTM deep dive. And then on Thursdays, we do a more personal interview with our guests. So we had a really great conversation with Oliver, and I can't wait for y'all to hear it.
I can't wait for them to hear it either. And I will be forever grateful for you allowing me to come onto your platform and you coming onto mine.
Same. Likewise.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start our countdown. Now, me and Shea were talking, and I was like, well, girl, it's been very hard for me to narrow down everything to 10. So should we do a sickening 12? And she was like, yeah, girl, yeah, let's do it. Okay. So, for all of you guys who are watching, as you know, I normally do the chats on Instagram and then I edit them and upload them later to YouTube. So for this particular one, as you're watching it, I will be flashing my photos and Shea Coulee's photos on both sides of this video. Right now, I'll be showing my pictures from my phone and Shea will be showing her pictures from her iPad, just so you guys can know what we're talking about.
Yes.
You ready, Precious?
Yes.
Okay, so here's my number 12. Here is my number 12. Here is my number 12. I like this particular photo. This is from Cycle 19. Cycle 19, the winner, Miss Laura. And I remember looking at this photo and, you know, it's always these discussions on Top Model, like what's model-esque, what's acceptable, what's too much, what's just right. And this photo is her guest photo. That she shot. And I remember looking at it and looking at it now, it was just the colors, the entire composition of the photo is amazing. The look on her face is giving just the right amount of intensity, softness, but not too much. Her hair, her waistline, the curvature, the angle.
Yes.
I love this photo. And if I had which here I go being disgusting. I was gonna say if I had a coochie, I would want to wear the skirt, you know, but since I do have one, I probably would get it. That's my number 12.
You don't need a coochie to wear the skirt. Okay, are you ready for my number 12?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this one isn't like, okay, so this one was a prize photo shoot from a mini challenge that Anya got on season 10 for the All Natural 7 Up campaign. Now, the reason why I love this one so much is I thought Anya was so sickening. She was so, not me reflecting the school across the street. Oh shit, people know where I live. But the reason why I loved Anya, thought that she was a really great contestant on season 10, but also I love this advertisement because I actually just last night borrowed the same concept for a photo shoot. Heard it here first. But let me tell you, laying down like for a photo is the hardest thing I've ever done. Like my body still hurts today. Like, bitch, I'm sore. You really gotta work to try and look good laying down. So like, props to Anya for that one. So that's my number 12.
Okay. A lot of the fans wanted to know, have you ever in your previous content pulled inspiration from Top Model? And if you have, do you can you tell us some of the instances where we can like go back and look?
Okay, so this is a good question. So you know what? I'll do these in no particular order, and I'll make this my number 11 because if y'all go back to my Earth Day post that I did with Zero Waste Daniel, the inspiration for it was Michelle from Cycle 4. For the Aquarius Zodiac shoot. So like y'all you barely gotta scroll to see that photo. Like that was the inspiration. Raja Gemini, winner of season 3, did the makeup for that photo. So shout out to Raja. And I saw somebody ask a question, and yes, that is my crown in the background right there. There she is.
Can we see it?
Yeah, look at her. You see her?
Yes, ma'am.
She's sitting in front of a poster that says, work hard and be nice to people.
That's the formula.
So you always remember, so you never forget.
So I'm going to jump into my 11. My number 11 goes to what was at the time considered the best photo of all time on America's Next Top Model. And I felt like I would be disrespectful to not include this fierce photo in my top 12. So this is Cycle 11 on the hot air balloon. And she is giving angles. She is pointing. She is hip. She is hair. She is intensity. She is dangling. She is floating. And she is hair.
She is everything. Look, like we talked about this before. There's, pointing those toes. Always like tens for a girl that points those toes.
Point.
And especially like in something that is so physically challenging like that photo shoot to be able to like have the strength and like the core strength to hold yourself up on a ladder like that, that's also like really unsteady, and then like be beautiful in the face and like extend all your lines and point those toes, like that is a full body workout, and she worked it out.
Could you have done something like that? You could have, Shea. You're very fit.
I could try. I can always try. That's all I'm always gonna give you. Because you know, it's always when them girls are all like, oh yeah, I'm gonna slay that. I'm gonna slay that. I got this in the bag when it all falls apart. So I always try to not jinx myself and be like, look, I'm not gonna always guarantee that I'll deliver, but the one thing that I will tell you is I'm gonna give you my best. And my best is normally good enough.
It is.
So hey, like I'm just gonna always just like give you my best.
Listen, if that was me, I just would have been hanging like, can y'all hurry up? I can't do this, girl. You know, you remember when Sheena just like kind of sat her butt on it? That would have been me. I would have
Baby
put my
girl,
big
yes, just a little tooch. Boop. Looking like Jet Beauty of the Week.
So before we crack our top 10, I want to go ahead and do Drag Race roll call with you, which again is me throwing out some names to you, and you're going to tell me the first thing that comes to your brain, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Now listen, I want to give my disclaimer. Now y'all know, the people who follow me, y'all know what I do. I always like to ask questions, what's appropriate or not. And Miss Shea Coulee told me she is an open book. So Queen Shea Coulee, don't start closing the book on me when I start flipping the pages. Now we can flip to the next page, but don't close the book on me.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
First name is Michelle Visage.
Boobies. You said the first word that came to look. Michelle Visage be talking about her boobies more than anybody else. You know, she got a whole documentary dedicated to her boobies. So when I think of Michelle Visage, I think of boobs. Yeah. She's so much more than that. She's also a friend. She's an amazing mom. She really is. She's such a cool mom. And yeah, we had some fun like game nights during like quarantine where like we were all like on Twitch. It was like me, her, Detox, Kimchi, Mayhem Miller, and like, you know, because everyone was just lonely, so we were all like, you know, online playing games together, and it was really, really cute. I loved it.
Listen, I have beef with Michelle Visage.
Oh, what's tea? What's good?
I have beef with her. I have beef.
Okay, we need to pull up. What?
You know, I met Michelle with TS like maybe once or twice. And, you know, I've always had the gray in my head for many years. And so I remember, I can't remember which season of Drag Race she introduced the gray hair, but I said, did this bitch just steal my look?
She said, look, because look, she cracked us all. She cracked us all when, like, I mean, obviously I knew that like black wasn't like her natural color. But you know, when quarantine happened and folks couldn't get their roots touched up and those roots started coming in, I'm not gonna lie, my face was cracked. I was all like, Michelle! We're all like, you were silver! Also, you know what, you could probably blame Brooklyn Heights for that because she says it was Brooklyn that talked her in to getting that gray streak. So if we need to pull Brooklyn into this live and ask for her to explain herself and be like, girl, what's good?
But if I have to share the gray streak with anyone in the world, I would love to share it with Michelle because she looks fucking fabulous. She looks so fabulous.
Cute. It is working on her. It is working on her.
I can't think which iteration of Drag Race it is because it's like, you know, it's Drag Race Australia, Drag Race Panama, Drag Race Mars, Drag Race Antarctica. So many Drag Races now.
Oh my God, could you imagine how sickening Drag Race Mars would be? Oh my God. The dolls.
But she had her gray like bust down. Down. I said, that is a sexy woman.
Those little money pieces. Boom, pound.
The next name I have for you is Sasha Velour.
Sasha Velour. First word that comes to mind, artist. I think that Sasha has one of the most unique points of view I've ever seen, and I love that all the parts of her drag really do. She has such a deep hand in all of the aspects of her drag. You know, you
Hmm.
see the merch, it's always like an illustration or like a painting that she's done, and it's always so fun to see how she continues to expand on this world. Because when I first met her and first saw her like artwork in person, Sasha Velour was like this 2D oh my goodness, like collage character that she would make all these like paper collages in like large scale. And
Hmm.
then she would like make these like worlds and these vast like rooms and mansions that the little Sasha Velour would always be in. And then like now she's kind of turned that into the way that she does like her photography and like her
Hmm.
modeling. And it's so brilliant to see how she's like taken that concept that was so much simpler years ago and expanded on that and turned it into this whole brand.
Hmm. I fell in love. Well, I fell more in love with Sasha Velour during quarantine when I was just online looking for content to watch, and I came across her lip syncs that she does. You know, her live lip syncs that she does, and I was so floored. I was so inspired. She gained even so much more respect for me for to even have that brain to marry drag, art, music, lights, video, graphics, and take it on such a story that is so exhilarating. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that Sasha Velour is a bad bitch.
And it's all just like from like inside. That's just like who she is. And I
Mm-hmm.
think like the drag queens that are the most successful are the ones that really allow their drag to actually be a reflection of who they are inside and allow themselves to be vulnerable and
Mm-hmm.
share it with people.
Yeah, some of her things are definitely hanging up on some of my mood boards. Like I definitely screenshot and was like, yeah, I want to do something like this in the near future.
Yes.
The next thing I have is Symone.
Oh my God, Symone.
Her name is Symone, and she's here for the
Skin.
fun.
Touch this skin. Touch all this skin. That's just like what I just think of, like just baby oil and just, yeah,
Beauty.
just skin. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
where is Simone's cocoa butter ad? Where is her Jergen endorsements? Where is her the lotion companies should
Yes,
be
knocking at her
banging
door.
down her door, the ads,
Mm-hmm.
the billboards. I can see it now. I can see those legs stretched across like billboards, just all oiled up, looking so good.
Gates open, ready.
But besides objectifying her for her moisturized body, she's a really sweet person.
Mm-hmm.
She's so sweet and she's so humble. And I think that's what you want in a queen. Somebody who appreciates hard work and someone who is willing to do it and someone who continues to want to do it. And I'm just so excited to see what we're going to get from Symone next. You know, like we've just been introduced to Symone. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So like
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see what Symone is up to years from now.
Unpopular opinion. I feel like her lip sync of last tier, last cry, the Ariana Grande song on this past
Mm-hmm.
season is the best
Mm-hmm.
lip sync that entire season. I was like, that bitch is giving it. That when she
Oh,
was in
she
the
looks
gold
so good
dress,
too in the
that bitch
gold.
is
Yeah,
giving
with that
it.
red hair. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she really did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 'Cause yeah, I'm
Next
trying
name
to
I
think
got
of
for you
other
is what you say?
I was trying to think of other memorable lip syncs that
Oh, of course, Denali. Oh, well,
oh yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Wait, look, see, look, now you got now see now you slipped up now you got us in trouble. Look what you did. That's my
Oh,
Chicago hometown girl. See now I'm in
uh-huh.
trouble. I hear them. They're already
Don't
shouting
start
down the
closing the book
street.
on me
They
now.
coming with their torches, girl. They coming to
Right.
get me, girl.
But the lip syncs this past season of Drag Race, all of them are really good. Like every single last one of them was stunning. Like everybody was eating that stage.
The
Everybody.
girls were going for it. They were. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they were all pent up in quarantine. They were all like, "Well, let me throw it all down on this stage for this lip sync, girl."
Right. The next name I have for you is Alexis Mateo.
Alexis Mateo. I love Alexis Mateo. She is what like she is one of the few girls that always, out of the blue, like, she's one of those people that when she's thinking of you, she texts you and asks you how you're doing and checks in on you and wants to know like what's new in your life. And I just appreciate her so much. I have so much respect for her. I mean, that's why I shouted her out in my season 9 verse with Sydney, no? Like, I have been an Alexis Mateo fan since Alexis Mateo first hit the scene on RuPaul's Drag Race back in 2011. Like, she's everything. And yeah, I adore her. And she always, like, one of my favorite, like, our little inside joke is when we were on All Stars and we had to do the reveals challenge, and they call my look crafty. Like, Alexis Mateo, whenever she sees me or when she texts me, she'll always be like, Shea Coulee, my favorite crafty queen.
That's so cute. That is so cute.
I love her.
I love Alexis Mateo too. And I was actually going to mention, I wonder if people know that when you say that in your rap that you did for season 9, when you said sickening, no, I wonder if people know that that's where you got it from. Because as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh my God, that's Alexis Mateo.
Yes. Yes. The real ones know. The real ones know.
The next name I have for you is Monet X Change.
Okay, Monet X Change is such a fun time. She is a good time gal. We always have a blast together. We actually just had the opportunity to work on a show together like last month in New Mexico, and we had such a fun time. And also too, she, like, the cadence of hers and your voice remind me so much of each other when I'm conversing with you.
In every video, every single last video I have posted, there is at least 1 to 2, on some videos at least 10 comments that says, why does Oliver remind me so much of Monet X Change?
Yes.
They're just tether.
Yes. I'm like, you need to get Monet. Like, Monet is so much fun. And I also, I love like her and Bob too when they're together, because like it's like it's so funny the way that they bounce off of each other. And I love to, like, Monet has this quality about her where she can be like so gullible. You could just tell her something. You can just lie to Monet. You can literally just lie to her and she would just believe it and so earnestly and sincerely. And it's so much fun to mess with her like that.
I have 3 things I want to say about Monet X Change. I'm going to kill her. No, I'm just playing. But her project that she did after she did All Stars, with it was like 4 songs.
Yes. Yes.
Sonically amazing.
Yes.
2, the first time I met Monet X Change, it was at DragCon 2018. Yeah, 2018. And a friend of mine was a friend of somebody on her team. And Monet had like gone to like go eat or something, and so we had went back to her meet and greet area, which was like the city thing with the stoop and the garbage. And so my friend is recording me like posing. You know, I had on my red pants, my ass was out, my stomach was showing, and I was sweeping. And Monet just comes around the corner, and was like, "Girl, what are you doing?" And she was like, "Bro, go ahead and get your video, get your photo, go ahead." And then I met her again when T.S. Madison did her show in New York on did her show, The Exchange Rate, and I met her again. We took a photo.
Yes.
I love
Monet. No, Monet is such a fun time. She's so good.
The next name I have for you is the Vixen.
The Vixen. The Vixen is, I love that you're talking about the two of them together. See, I mean, obviously anybody that's been on the internet has definitely been seeing what has been going down with those girls. But when I think of the Vixen, I think of sister. I always judge people based off of my experiences with them.
Same here.
And I have had nothing but positive experiences with Monet X Change, and I've had nothing but positive experiences with the Vixen. And I may not always agree with the way that people want to handle their conflict resolution, because look, we're all different. But I can still stand firm and say that I love both of those girls separate from one another. And as much as I wish that they could get along, as much as I wish that all of us could like be homies, and yeah, fingers crossed for the future, because like I have so much fun with, but that's why it's actually kind of like shocking to me, because I'm just so like, they have so much in common to me
Mm-hmm.
that it's so, I don't know like where all this came from. You know, we need like a Yanla to come in and fix this. You know, like we need a Yanla to come in as a mediator
And
and
sprinkle
just
some
like,
water.
just, yeah, lay it down, get to the root of it. You know, be like, what's the issue? You know, I'm gonna pitch that to somebody. You know,
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna do
I
that round
I
table.
I had the opportunity to participate in one of her Black Girl Magic shows in during this past quarantine. And I'm
Yes.
not sure she had, I'm pretty sure she did, I don't know, but I'm associates with Dita, who I love, and you know, Dita, me and Dita have done online content before, but Vixen, if you hear this, thank you so much for allowing me to be on your platform this past quarantine and, you know, let the girls see me perform and all those other things. And I hope her and Monet figure it out, please.
They're such beautiful
Please.
souls. They're such
Please.
beautiful people.
Please.
And you know, like I just I want nothing but happiness and prosperity and blessings for the both of them. And I just really hope that one day like we'll like look back at all of this and like everyone will be like in a good place because like life is too short to be,
Too
you
short.
know, to be going, especially after like the last year that we just had, you know, experienced so much loss. I feel like it just really puts a lot of things in perspective and it just like, you know, it's just important to make sure that, you know, you're out there doing your best for your community and for your sisters and your loved ones and you're not, you know, trying to tear anybody down.
Right. The next name I have for you is India Ferrah.
India Ferrah, well, she's not happy with me.
What
She's
did you
not
do,
happy
Shane?
with
What you do?
she okay, well, okay, look. So obviously it got like, you know, mixed up in the whole campaign and like this and that on All Stars 5. And what she told me, I mean, because this is all on tape. And like, look, what happens on the show happens on the show. And like I can sympathize with somebody getting an onslaught of like hate and negative,
Uh-huh.
you know, comments from fans and such like that based off of things that girls say. So that's why I'm really trying to be careful to, you know, about what I say about my sisters, though I always tell the truth. And from what I gather is that she did not like that. Well, no, that's not what I gather. This is it, she said this.
Hey.
This is not a perception. She really did not like. Somebody asked me on what happens live um, about the situation, and after watching it back, after watching the show back, when we get like the you know the little bits that were filmed that I didn't see and stuff like that, when she came to me, she said, Alexis told me to pick your lipstick. Okay. So if you think about the timeline of events, that would mean that Alexis had to go to her before the votes were cast and tell her to pick my lipstick. Then later on, you know, when they brought the whole cast back and we were talking about it, she said that that conversation happened after we voted. And I said, well, how can someone, you don't campaign for somebody and what I, you know, you don't get somebody to try and do something after the fact, after it's been done, you know. So it's
Right.
like, okay, so you weren't being honest with me when you came to me in that moment and you said that Alexis told you to pull my lipstick, you know. And look, nobody's perfect, people lie, but it's just like part of that is you have to understand too that your lie had consequences outside of yourself because it made people look at Alexis differently.
Right.
It really cast this weird vibe against Alexis, and you used that because you knew that I already didn't necessarily trust her the most because she had voted for me before and didn't quite give me like a deep enough explanation. So I had said that during Watch What Happens. I mean, that's just the truth, you know. And what she got mad at me for was she's like, well, when you went on Nikki Tutorials, you said that you were the person that said the word campaigning. And I was just like, that is true. I did say campaign, and what I was saying in that Nikki Tutorials interview is what I was trying to explain that like because of the information that India brought to me, I was all like, okay, well, what I heard was that Alexis was going around to the other girls, and what I said was campaigning, and then that kind of became the trigger word that everybody ran with.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't negate India's behavior and what she did. She still came to me before and told me that Alexis told her to pick my lipstick, which wasn't the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And she and I'm sorry that what happened afterward was that she got a bunch more hate and things from, you know, Alexis's fans and other people. But those ultimately are the consequences of her actions. And I don't wish that on her. I don't wish that on anybody, but you know, we're all adults. We all make our decisions and we all have to live with them at the end of the day. And she's mad at me. She's probably still mad at me. And I can't help that, you know. I don't wish her any ill will. And if one day she comes back and she's just all like, yo, girl, I'm like no longer mad, I'll be like, well, it's good to see you. And your titty plate looks gorgeous too, you know?
Listen, I've never met her personally, but during the times when TS, I was traveling with TS and helping her film content, and a former member who's on TS's team was, I'm assuming, like really good friends with India. And every time I saw that woman come up, I was like, this bitch is fucking gorgeous. She is body, she is drag, she is constructed, she is stacked, she is pulled. And that first lip sync on that first episode, Mama was giving it.
She really did. And here's the thing, like during the process, like I really did have fun with India Ferrah. So, oh my God, let me turn on my do not disturb. I'm trying to text you, and they're all popping up in front of your face. I was like, okay, Lord. Okay, what was what I was saying was, yes, she slayed that lip sync. Yes, I had a blast with her during All Stars 5. Yes, that thing with Alexis was like really unfortunate, and I was like really hoping that we would like still be able to have a good time regardless, but you know, it is what it is.
Hopefully the same God that fixes Monet and the Vixen can fix you in India. The same God.
Won't he do it? Amen.
And last but not least, the last name I got for you before we get back into our countdown of our top 10 ANTM photos is RuPaul.
Oh, RuPaul, icon. I cannot say enough positive things about my experiences with RuPaul. I know that like there are other girls that have other experiences. Well, okay, my bad. Okay, so what I would say was I just have literally had so much fun with RuPaul every single time I've gone in to do Drag Race. RuPaul has given me great advice. RuPaul has been funny, has been kind, and I just genuinely love and respect them. Like I just really have had nothing but such positive memories. And like RuPaul is like someone who I look up to so much for what they've done for drag and like the community of drag and like, you know, just drag and pop culture in general. But it's also been someone who has taken the time when I've been there on their set to tell me how much they respect me and think that I'm talented and think that, you know, I have great references and that I'm like a great entertainer and that they're proud of me. And like, those are all things that you want to hear from someone that you look up to so much. And so I just really do have all the respect for Mama Ru.
So I have one RuPaul story, but it's all in the same thing. So when TS went to Las Vegas for the big opening, of course I went with her because I'm the one who helps her vlog. I capture all of her content. And so earlier that morning, I had an invite from someone who was on the team to go to the mall, but I was like, no, I really want to edit some stuff. I want to like get TS out the way because I don't want her calling my phone. I don't want her bothering me because TS will work my pussy bone to the girl. I love my gay mama, but she will work my nerves. But so I was like, no, I won't go. So the person texted me. It was like, oh, I just ran into RuPaul in the store. I was like, God damn it. So anyways, later on that night, if you guys watch T.S. Madison's vlog, or if you watch the T.S. Madison experience, there's a clip of T.S. talking to RuPaul outside of the red carpet. I'm the one who's holding the camera. The whole time, I am shaking. I am shivering. RuPaul is hella tall, first of all.
Yo.
That is a tall motherfucker.
Yo.
Second thing, only thing I could smell and feel was richness. Just richness. Just rich. Like her sweat glands was pennies. Her steps were currency. Her speech was... I was like, this...
Yes. And honestly, like, one thing too about RuPaul that I've like learned is that makes the most intense eye contact. Like, you know, I make eye contact when I'm speaking with people too, but like, I feel like RuPaul literally tries to stare in your soul, you know? Like, that's why we be open up crying in the workroom, because that bitch puts us under a spell. And it's just all like...
Yeah, shout out to RuPaul. And shout out to all the queens. I think Jasmine Masters is in the chat right now. She's down in the comments.
Yes!
Jasmine. I met Jasmine at TS's house.
Look, love Jasmine Masters. Icon, just such a good time, such a good soul, someone who's community minded. I love me some Jasmine Masters. Like, me too. I have nothing but absolute positive things to say about her. And she's iconic. Amazing performer. Amazing performer. Oh, so funny. Just funny. Off the cuff, you know, I just love her.
Okay, so back into our official. Now we're in our top 10, at least my top 10. I ranked mine. Shay says she ain't ranked hers. This is just her top 10, but I ranked mine.
Yes.
So here is my number 10 photo. And I don't think a lot of people will probably think this to be in the top 10 of photos, but I'm going to explain why I love this photo. And I'm so happy to call this person a friend of mine now. This is Corey from Cycle 20 when they were in Bali. And I love this photo, one, because if you go back to that season, there had been so much discussion of Corey and how he handled his masculinity, how he handled his femininity, all those things. And when I feel like this was the first photo where who he was and who he exists as naturally found the perfect marriage that honored him but also impressed the judges and definitely impressed the fans. Like, I love the composition. There's so much strength. There's so much beauty. Shay, you know I love a picture where a bitch is curving and swerving. It's making my eyes go all around. It's so much power and beauty in this photo. And yes, it's my official number 10 photo of all time of Top Model.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So let me get back into the countdown. All right, because I only pulled Michelle up because she was a topical. So okay, I'm going to go back to now I got you flip you because you landscape girl. Come on,
get her.
Come on, girl, get
her.
So it's going to be Eugenia in Spain. When they were doing the bullfighting, look at that leg, look at that toe, look at that arabesque. She is pointing for the gods. The back is arched. Those arms are all the way up. You could not tell Eugenia that she was not serving in that shoot. That is what you call modeling H2T.
H to mother loving T. H to mother loving T. We would definitely see that photo pop back up again in the countdown. And I love Eugenia. Eugenia is like one of the girls I've become close with since I started my ANTM content. And she has some of the best advice, both on a personal level, both on a professional level. She is so freaking amazing, and I freaking love her.
I enjoyed Eugenia so much on her season because she is one of those people that I felt like the judges critiqued her and were acting like she was standoffish and didn't listen to them. But I was looking at Eugenia like, this is someone who's actually really just taking it in. She's just not giving you all the like emotionalness that you want. She's just processing and she's just like taking it all in. Like, and I loved Eugenia. Yeah, she's amazing.
And I mean, her post-Top Model career is very evident that she was listening, she learned, and she applied.
Hello. Yes, absolutely. Bam.
So I'm going to jump to a fan question. This is from Ryan Thorne. And Ryan Thorne is asking, and I said, oh, bitch, this is good. I forgot about this. Thank you so much. Ryan Thorne is asking, why did you tweet negatively about All Stars before the show aired? And I remember watching this in real time, and I was like, fuck. My girl Shea and took her ass back to All Stars, and she didn't win, and I'm going to be effing pissed to see this travesty on my television screen again.
Okay, so you know that I really like to just go on Twitter and lie, right? So, look, okay, I was just trying to troll people because at the end of the day, that tweet was in response to them just announcing that in 2020, there would be a new season of All Stars. And the fans, though we love them, but a big reaction was, another and I literally was just all like, well, you know what? Fine. I hope they lock that shit up in a vault. All the runways, all the mini challenges, all the maxi challenges, all the fights, and I hope y'all never get to see that shit because you don't deserve it. That was literally what I was saying. That's literally that was the mood. And everybody, like, I mean, you have folks from like literally the network calling me, being like, Shea, like, what is that? What Shea, what? And I was just all like, okay, let me take it down. I was like, y'all, you know, because honestly, you know, and this is all before the pandemic, but the thing about filming Drag Race is like everybody, like, you know, crew included, like, and I think about like literally everybody down to the caterers, you know, like we all become such a family, and I hold those experiences so close to my heart. And sometimes it's hard when like the fans don't like receive it right away. And I'm like, we had so much fun and we worked so hard. I did a motherfucking cartwheel off of somebody's head. Y'all complaining, you haven't even seen it yet. Like, you know, so that's why I was just like, well, you know, I'm just gonna be petty. I'm just gonna tweet, you know. But yeah, people are like, oh shit, she lost. She did something embarrassing. She's gonna get canceled for something that she said, you know. Oh, you can't hear me?
No, I'm saying that was me.
Oh.
That was me. You know, I'm not a crazy Drag Race fan. You know, like, I'm not like commenting underneath people's things, and I don't really follow everybody's content, but I consume all I'm in the Reddit pages, I'm on the Reddit channels, I'm looking and I'm consuming because I want to know. I cannot wait. Like, I cannot wait. XTS, I'd be like, girl, it's gonna go down, girl. She'd be like, girl, here you go with this Drag Race stuff. I'm like, girl, because I love it. And when I saw you, I was like, no, not again. But it was a troll.
Yeah, I was trolling.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I trolled y'all.
Okay, so we're going to go into number 9. Mm-hmm. And my number 9 comes from Cycle 12. And I actually had the chance to speak to her, and I absolutely loved her energy in the chat so much. And number 9 is courtesy of Faux.
Yeah.
You cannot look at this photo and say this creature is not serving.
Everything. The eyes. Oh my gosh. They're smoldering. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And that's so funny because my number 9 is actually also from Cycle 12. And also from the same photo shoot, and it's Allison.
Okay, Allison.
And it's funny because it's like the intensity in the eyes is the complete opposite, where you know she's being just fully just like coy, you know, in these bright blue eyes, and also Raja did the makeup on this as well. She said this photo shoot was the most fun that she ever had doing makeup on ANTM.
Really?
Yeah.
Raja is a beast. Raja, if you're watching or if you will listen, I would love to bring you on so we can get into the things of the things. The girls have been aggravating my pussy walls to talk to you. So please, can we relieve them and you come on and we can get into the things of the top model thing?
Yes, all of them.
I got another fan question for you. This is from Allie Philly 92. And they're saying, excuse me, her name's Shea Coulee, and she always. What does she think is the real reason they switched up the finale format back on season 9, your original season of Drag Race, even after she was clearly the winner based on number of challenge wins and overall performance?
I think you literally just answered your own question. I really do feel like going into that finale, it was clear based off of challenge wins, like who the winner would be. And that's not interesting TV for anybody, you know, and they had months to like, you know, kind of get back to the drawing board, get kind of to the writing room. And, you know, they at the time the show hadn't moved to VH1, and you know it was our first, you know, we had shot it previous, and then you know we moved to a bigger network, and it's just like they clearly wanted to switch it up to make like such just like a big splash for their first season on this network, and they said, you know, let's switch it up. And look, I didn't succeed, I didn't pass the challenge, but the thing about the world of Drag Race is that doesn't mean that someone's story is over. And it allowed me to go travel the world, get experience, meet new people, make connections, get my drag better, and come back and, you know, show people a better version of myself. So I always look back on that experience, and I'm really, really, really grateful for it, because if I would have won then, it just wouldn't have been the same.
Right. We talk about this on your podcast because I related it back to a top model moment, which for me, what I felt watching that moment was the same gagging I got when I watched cycle 4 of America's Next Top Model. In the final 2 were Naima and Kaylin, and everyone just knew Kaylin was going to come tear it up. And when Miss Naima came pouncing
on
around
that
runway with that mohawk and those legs and those eyes, I was like, Kaylin.
I will never forget the one pass where she came and she had this little backless moment, and she did this full on like boom boom pivot over the shoulder, and I was like, she won. I said, it's over. I said, it's over. I said, we all thought it was gonna be Kaylin, but it's not. And like, that's good TV. We love it when somebody comes swooping in with the ferocity and snatches that title.
Yes. But I will say, I mean, of course I wasn't happy at the time that you lost, but I am happy that you lost, because we got to see you again, and your drag on All Stars 5 was so tasty. It was so high pussy. It was so expensive. It was so great.
Thank you. It was not expensive. It just looked expensive. See, and that's the key, y'all. Let me tell y'all something, because I saw that Vice article about girls spending 15, 20, 30,
they rich.
40,000. I don't know where they got that money from. My black ass did not have that money going to drag. Look, when I was in season 9, I spent $750. I made all that shit with my friends in my apartment over the course of 2.5 weeks. When I went back to do All Stars 5, I spent $7,500. That was like literally, because that was all I was trying to work with. Look, y'all can ball on a budget. There are ways to be fabulous and create these costumes without paying thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, yo, in this economy, no. So any drag queen out here that's like watching that has aspirations of going on RuPaul's Drag Race, do not go in debt to go on that show. It's a great opportunity. Don't get me wrong, it is a great opportunity. But what in the instance that you don't get to show all that you brought, just be secure in knowing that there are ways that you can look expensive and glamorous and pussy without breaking the bank. And I just want to say that. Yes.
I'm gagging because that's sickening. I just knew your dollar amount was gonna be like 20 grand, 30, 40, 50. Wow. Okay.
No, we talking balling on a budget.
You better work. Okay, going back into the countdown. Here's my number 8. I love this photo for a lot of reasons. Of course, one, I love the composition. I have a thing for monochromatic looks. I have a big thing for monochromatic looks. I love textures, like different textures, different feels, different colors. And I feel like there's no way anyone can not look at this photo without getting wet in their pants or panties. And my number 8 goes to the girl Flip. Thank you. My number 8 goes to the winner of Cycle 22, Niall.
Oh, Niles. Ooh. Just like an Adonis, for real. You know? Like, gorgeous. Yes,
That
you
man
better
is
be touching them
beautiful.
titties.
That man
You
is
better be.
beautiful. That is a
Truly.
beautiful man.
Truly. God was smiling the day that one was born.
No, God was cackling. God was howling. God was cackling, howling when he made that man. He was, yes.
Yeah. God was like, I'm about to break your up.
Yes. Make a bitch want to learn sign language. Be like, call me.
Yes. Oh, be making bitches be bilingual for him.
Shay, what is your number 8, girl?
Okay, so my number 8 has to go. Wait, what is this on my screen? Let me just. So my number 8 goes to my girl Bree, my little African queen from Cycle 5 of America's Next Top Model when they did the fine art photo shoot when they were in London.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that. You know, Black Mona Lisa boots. I live.
I love Bree.
I love Bree too. I just love Bree. Her
I
and
got
the rebels that she poured out and all that.
And if anybody wants to know the full story about the Red Bulls, I did a chat with Jayla, who was on that cycle, and she tells the most in-depth version of that story I have heard on the internet or radio station anywhere about the start to finish of the Red Bull story. Who did it, why it happened, and how it translated on TV. Go check it out.
I am.
Shay, I got another fan question from you.
Yes.
Fan question for you, and this is from the Reynolds, and they are saying, Shay, how does redemption feel, ma'am? Did you feel everybody's disappointment when you didn't win? Did you feel everybody's excitement and energy willing when you did win?
That is a good question. And yes, it does feel good.
Willing you to win, I'm sorry. Willing you to win, they said. Energy and
Yes.
excitement, willing you to win.
To be where I'm at now feels really great. But here's the thing, like, in my drag career, I had lost so many drag pageants. Like I never won anyone. Like, I mean, I've been beat by girls that today people are like, where's she at? And no offense to them. But I used to get my ass beat in competitions all the time. So season 9 was nothing new to me. It was just the first time I had been so successful in a competition, and it was like the competition. So obviously, like, everybody in Chicago was really excited. And when I didn't carry it all the way, I did feel like everyone was disappointed. And I feel like that's what weighed on me the most, because I had seen this video of everybody viewing the finale in Chicago, and when like the rose petal things happened, like you could feel the air get sucked out of the bar, and it just like crushed my heart, because all these people had like put all these hopes on me being able to do that. And so when I didn't, it felt, you know, really disappointing. But then to come back again and be successful, I just felt so happy, and I felt like everybody really did support me and wanted for me, and it felt so much better, you know. Like I appreciated it, and I was ready for it, and yeah, like everything happened when it was meant to happen.
Yes. And you know what? Again, I go back to, if you would have won 9, we would have saw you on All Stars 5. And one of my favorite moments in television media, because I have like different things, like definitely from Top Model, definitely like just 5 seconds, like how you said Naima hit that little 8 count. It was like, yes. Girl, when you was in the back of that stage, and I can't do it because I can't dance. All I could do was talk and tell jokes and rap. Girl, when you hit that like shoulder pop, lock, drop, and proceeded to the front and walk, I said, yes, she won. Okay, it's officially she won. Yes, Mama won. Going back into the countdown, we're at number 7, right?
Yes, we're at number
7. My number 7 goes to the winner of Cycle 6. Now, here's when the rule of pointing toes comes into play, because there was another photo I was going to pick to be my number 7. But when I saw her feet, I said, those toes are not pointed. and the arm could be a little bit more aligned. Now, granted, I probably would have flopped and popped if that was me, but I'm not them. I wasn't there. So number 7 goes to Danielle.
Yeah.
There is so much beauty. There is so much control. There is so much focus. There is so much comfortability. There is so much passion, pussy, all those things in this photo. Again, my eyes is doing the swerve and curve. Every limb is pointed, and Mama took the cake.
Yes, and they also obviously used that photo shoot as inspiration for their first photo shoot in season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Only they were like, let's drop these bitches from like 12 feet.
Right.
I was like, okay, y'all don't have to make them fall that far. Like, all you need was just like a little oof. But yeah, no, absolutely love that shoot. Love Danielle. She was my choice to win, like from the beginning, and I was so happy when she won. She is impeccable, and her hat line. Those are fierce too.
She has hats.
Yes. Oh my God. And
I didn't know this.
Popping. Yes. No. Y'all should go check it out. Danielle has some fierce hats. Get into it.
Okay. And I just want to say the girl who I almost chose as my number 7 was Jade as Little Red Riding Hood. I almost chose it. Why are we the same? Why did I almost pick Jade, but then I didn't because her toes were right? The toes were crunch.
Wow. But we do love our biracial butterfly Jade.
Yes, ma'am. The undiscovered supermodel.
Yes, I love her. Okay, so mine, we are going to, come on, Cycle 16, Landscape Episode 8 with Hannah, when they were out doing the garbage couture shoot, like with the girls stacked on those. I just live for this moment. I live for the intensity. I live for, she just is giving us so much intensity in the eyes. I love the body language. I love the pose. And I just really love that shoot in general. I would low-key love to recreate that.
Thank you for saying that. That was going to be actually my next question. My next question was going to be, if you could recreate a photo shoot on Top Model, what would it be? And now we know it would be the garbage photo shoot from 16.
Oh no, that's just one of them. Okay, so let me give you my top 3.
Tell me more.
Okay, so I would definitely want to recreate the Cycle 2 underwater shoot where they're literally just in the tank. Would want to do that. Oh wow, this one is also, okay. Would love to do the Cycle 2 one in Italy where they're like in like the little like Colosseum moment with the big hair and the sunglasses. And then I would definitely want to do Cycle 3 when they were in Japan on the motorcycles doing like the little street fashion. Yeah, I would definitely live for that.
Really? Why that one?
Because Matthew Anderson turned out the makeup on those girls so fiercely, the styling, everything. And I know the girls didn't do too hot on that shoot, but like I feel like if just like Harajuku Shea would be like out there in like the streets of Japan, like I really feel like I could have rocked that little motorcycle so fiercely. Ooh, the styling, ooh, the makeup, like ooh,
yeah,
bayang, like it just
And you know what? Even you saying Matthew Anderson's name, Peace is in love wherever he is. Matthew's artistic contributions to Top Model and Drag Race should be respected, known, and I feel like his name should ring in the halls forever because that's a talented man.
Forever.
But I love like how Top Model and Drag Race have so many like parallels and so many like crossing and things like that, which to me made this, you and I doing this, make so much sense because naturally that's what the shows have always done historically. If you look at everything throughout the years.
Absolutely.
What are we on, number 6?
Yes, number 6.
Number 6. My number 6 also goes to another girl on Cycle 6, and I remember watching that show, that cycle of Top Model in real time. And I remember when her photo popped up on the screen. This is the first week there. The judges, the girls, and everyone at home, I'm pretty sure all around the world, all gasped because it was such utter beauty, such natural beauty, and it influenced her makeover for the rest of the cycle. So my number 6 goes to Nina.
Yes, Nina.
This is power and beauty. Focus. And it kind of reminds me of your of that new delusion you did on Drag Race this past.
Yes, also yes. Nina, what a beautiful, 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 beautiful model. I loved her, and I absolutely love that photo shoot and that shot of her too. So yes. Okay, so my number 6 is come on, baby girl, from Cycle 2.
Okay.
One of my fave girls. It's Shandy when they were dangling them over the holes in the warehouse serving Clockwork Orange. I love this. And this is also when we started to notice that Shandy could really model with the toes and the arms. I absolutely live. Like, you could not, this toe is kind of like turned away, so it doesn't look like it's really that pointed, but I'm like, she's giving. I mean, a little bit more tension, I would have required it, but that's my girl Shandy. That's my number 6.
Shandy is one of my favorite girls that I've ever chatted with, because she actually came very early on when I started doing what I was doing, what I'm doing, still doing now. And I really didn't know what to expect. You know, like, I went on her Instagram. She's very artsy and, you know, avant-garde and very free-spirited. And, of course, the only thing I can remember is her on the show. So I didn't know, like, what was going to happen. And I really have to credit Shandy for being, like, the interview I did that kind of set me on a path. Because I remember when I uploaded that to my YouTube, it just went everywhere. And I was like, I had such a great time. It was such an instant connection. I could feel her energy through the camera, and I still talk to that crazy lady in New York still to this day. That bitch is crazy. I
love Shandy. Shandy actually sent me a piece of Tyra Mail in the mail. Like, she'd sent me a legitimate physical piece of Tyra Mail. And it is from when they're getting their runway lesson from Miss J. So I literally have a piece of Tyra Mail talking about Miss J. She's everything. She's everything.
I'm jealous.
I'm like, where is it? Hold up. I'm like,
go get it.
Back.
One of the top model Horcruxes. A top model Horcrux. It will forever look. I have a top model Horcrux in my house too, actually, from Kristen.
Bitch, you too? What'd you get from Kristen?
You want me to go get it?
Get it.
See, this is why I wear panties on my lives, because
right.
Let me scooch out. Is she back?
Oh, I'm almost back. I'm almost back. Okay, so are you ready?
Well, I'll show mine first, because mine isn't as important as yours. But I got this from Kristen, who was on cycle. Chris was on cycle 19.
Yes.
And she was a contestant, and I met her when I went out to LA a couple months ago, and she came and gifted this to me. And this is like the viral picture from that cycle of her just keep rolling her eyes in her like vegetables.
Okay, so it's a little beat up because she said it's gone through several moves with her. But here it is.
I'm so jealous.
And then,
oh my God, Tyra Mail.
Tyra Mail. I think it's backwards, so I'll read it. It says, "Gotta learn to crawl before you walk. So get ready to bow down to the catwalk diva of all divas, whose legs put mine and all of yours to shame."
I'm so jealous. That is so amazing, Shea. What does it smell like?
It smells like gold. It smells
gold?
like like metallic, like there's actual like it smells like, you know, like how anything with kind of like gold or metallic, and it has like a type of like that like iron kind of like that metal, like, yeah.
And I'm assuming the actual Tyra Mail is cardstock. I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I'm like, jealous. Shandy, what? Shandy? I'm gonna call that bitch after this. Like, girl.
Oh, look, now I done got Shandy in trouble. Look, I'm sorry,
I'm a ripper.
I didn't mean to start nothing, Shandy. Look,
No,
I got excited on the live, girl.
I think we're officially in our top 5 now.
Yes.
Okay, so here's my top 5. My top 5, we've seen this photo before. And again, I love this contestant. She is one of my friends. Oh, here goes Shandy. Shandy's in chat. I got you, Oliver. Shandy, what you gonna send me?
Yes. Oh,
Shandy, let me tell you something, Shandy. If it's not the phone that you cried on in Italy, I don't want to hear it. If it's not the phone that you cried on in Italy, I don't want to hear it.
It's like literally in a glass box in a museum in Milan.
Shining with a light on it with a bunch of security and alligators in a moat protecting it.
They're like the phone.
But my number 5 photo goes to Eugenia. Same photo shoot. Yes. For all the same reasons. Mama, you know, I have a thing for photos where it looks like the model is doing something so difficult and hard, but their face and their body just makes it look so effortless. And again, going back to cycle 7, Eugenia had been doing really well. And it was something about when she went across the waters to Spain and she killed that commercial. And when we saw that photo, and I think about it, on the episode, they really didn't show too much of Eugenia really taking photos like that episode. And I remember watching that photo come across that screen. I say, my bitch is in it. You cannot deny that photo.
Look, and even Tyra was like, I don't think I can do that. She's like, I'm not even I can do something like that. She was like, so, and even, so, you know, if Tyra's giving props, that's when you know it's
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. What's your number 5, Shay?
Okay, so my number 5 goes to my girl, Fatima, in cycle 10 in the Fuerza Bruta shoot. It's the fingers. It really is the delicacy of the fingers. The just, yes, exactly. Like a moving photo where you feel like everything is just, her face is so serene. Her like, just everything about that picture. Oh, it really is the hand. She looks like someone from Disney animated her fingers, like Ariel coming up to like the surface, you know, to get that first breath before she like sees Eric for the first time. Like, it's everything.
It is.
Love it.
I almost included her on my countdown. It was a different photo. I don't know what it is about her photo when they went to Milan again, right? I know it was Rome. And it was the photo with her with the wig, and she kind of like had like, it was like very like voguish, very avant-garde.
Oh, she's like in the doorway. Yes,
I love that photo of her. I almost included it. Almost.
Shot. Yes. Same. That is a good one. That is a fierce one.
I got a question for you, Shay.
Yes.
What is like your favorite work of art you have ever done? If someone asks you, like I'm asking right now, Shay, what's your like best representation of you, your art, who you are? This is like the best iteration of it. What would you give them?
You know what? I would just give them season 5 of RuPaul Drag Race All Stars.
Bitch, work.
Because you get me, you get all of me. You see the way that like I am as a person, as an artist, how I interpret runways, challenges, Flavor Flav, Snatch Game. Like I feel like you really got like such a huge, like a wide array of like my talents and what I'm all about just as a person and as an artist. So I would say All Stars 5.
Going back to All Stars 5, I have another question for you. Were you afraid when you found out that Alyssa Edwards was the girl you were going to lip sync against?
Yes, absolutely.
I was afraid for you too, girl.
Ooh, I was so nervous. I turned around, I saw that it was Alyssa Edwards, and I was just like, they are not trying to make this easy for me at all. But then I was like, $20,000 is on the line. And I was just all like, so it's literally, I just like envisioned a stack of like tip money, like singles, like $20,000 of singles. And Alyssa Edwards was standing in between me and that stack of singles. And I was just all like, bitch, you got to do whatever you got to do to fuck this bitch up and get that $20,000. And you know what? I ran and I touched the back wall before she could, and I threw her off for the rest of the number.
Listen, I know my ex
Look,
was
I know my
tired of
Alyssa
me.
Edwards. I said, I know what she likes to do. She likes to go play tag with the top of the stage. And I saw her walking that way. I said, get there first, bitch. Get there first. And then I sucked up all the power. She didn't have none left.
You know what? I really should start doing Drag Race reaction videos because I know he was so aggravated with me that night. I know he was. Because I knew Alyssa was going to do that. I knew. That's her. That's her. That's what she does. And Alyssa is a fierce lip syncer.
Uh-huh.
When you guys were walking and she pointed to you, and then she when you guys turned around, I said, this is why I like this bitch named Shea Coulee. Shea Coulee knew Alyssa was going to start trying to talk to her on the salt, and Shea Coulee held up that hand and was snapping. I said, yes. Do you think Alyssa gave it to you? I won't say she gave. I don't say she gave it to you, but do you think like she was like, let my sis have this?
Because there was this moment after I touched the wall, right, and we were kind of having that. I knew that she was just all like, okay, well, I'm gonna get like Shea a little bit up, and she had this fan, and you can't really quite see it, but she went to go and like clack the fan, but the fan flew out of her hand and shot back behind the stage, and like it made this huge kind of like crash, like, and like that shook her, and I said, okay, you have enough momentum now to where like A, you shook her because you touched the back wall. B, that fan clack didn't go off the way that she wanted to. So I said, now let's go. And that's when I just started going full momentum. And I was just like, tear this shit up because she's going to have to catch up. She's going to have to catch up with you at this point.
Shea, you was dancing, bitch.
Going
back to the countdown, here's my top 4 photo. Now, if there is a woman that I would ever date, it would be this woman. And the people who follow my ANTM content already know who I'm talking about. If there's a woman that I would surrender all things, I would do it for this person. And when I went to California, she actually invited me to go on a nature walk with her. And I was like, listen, girl, I would give it up to you on a rock. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. I love how she naturally marries masculinity and femininity, and she just lives in it. She just thrives in it, and it comes across so convincing. And it's such a. I went between 2 photos. It was either her honey photo or it's this photo. And I went with this one because I felt like this one is more, I probably will see this in a magazine or a billboard or something like that. And it goes to As Marie Livingston. And this is her photo.
Yes. Oh, I absolutely love that photo. So iconic.
She looks so tall.
Ooh,
I love her tattoos. I love the hat. I love the look. I love the posture. I love the pose. I love the feel. Now, the only thing I wish is somebody would have taken this car and put it right there, just so I can get, more contrast and juxtaposition. But this photo is everything.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so my number 4 is this one. See, I realized I had to like try and balance myself between beauty shots and full like body environmental ones, because I really do love when they get up close, because I feel like when girls got to serve face, like that's when I'm like,
that's when we know.
This one definitely was one where I felt like we were like, damn, because it was right after her makeover on season 3 when they took Amanda Platinum Blonde. This photo, I said, Lord have mercy. The eyes, the breeze, the hair is toned perfectly. She just looks so easy breezy, beautiful blonde bitch. I just love it. Like, just everything. Yeah, that's definitely my number 4.
Shea, if you could have competed on any cycle of Top Model, what would it have been?
Cycle 4, so that I could have gone toe to toe with Naima on that runway, walking water, bitch. Oh, because like, look, ooh, bitch. Like, if anybody is out there and you're like, look, I have a lot of money and I'm gonna produce a runway show, and I want a couple like gowns, you know, some like little chiffony gowns and bathing suits, and you want to cast me to walk in that runway show. I'm just throwing it out there now. Holler at your girl, because that's been a fantasy of mine for like over 15 years now. And I've practiced at the beach. So, you know, just
have you really?
Yeah. I've probably practiced every single America's Next Top Model challenge in some way, shape, or another. If I could apply it to the environment, I was like, well, this kind of feels like a top model photo shoot. Let me try this. You know, that's me. That's been me.
Speaking of 4, we're going to go ahead and go into our top 4, which is my top 4 photo. And, oh, wait, was that 4 or
no,
3?
Yeah, that was 4. We're on top 3 now.
We're on top 3. Okay, my bad. We're on top 3. Top 3 goes to one of the most iconic faces to have ever been on Top Model. We all fell in love with her, and I really do believe her cycle and her winning really put the show on the map. I remember everybody loved her. She was everywhere. She was in songs. She was in videos. And she's still out here popping her pussy to this day. And my number... Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Wait. Sorry. I fucked up. She's definitely number 2. Let me backtrack. My number 3 is actually... Sorry, Miss Universe. I'm sorry. My number 3 actually goes to a girl from Cycle 1 who is iconic. And if anybody knows where she is, if anyone already knows, like really knows where she is, please tell me, because I would love to talk to her. I would love to talk to her. I want to talk to her. She probably gave one of the first epic reads ever on reality TV as a whole. And my number 3 goes to Elise.
I almost chose this photo too. We love Elise. Gosh, so iconic. So iconic.
Smart. Funny.
Smart. Read the girls down.
Girl.
Read the girls
judges,
down.
the girls, everybody.
The judges, everybody.
She didn't give a damn.
Process, the whole modeling industry. She just read everybody down. Elise was like,
girl, what's going on here? What's going on?
Very much so. She's like, what is going on here? What is theirs? My top 3, my third pick has to go out to, oh my goodness, my Chicago homegirl. I love her. The Cha-Cha Diva of season 8. The one and only Miss Jasleen Gonzalez at the Death Becomes Her shoot, where she had been thrown off just all the angles, the toes, the legs, the neck, the chin, everything about this photo. She ate this. I just, I love me some Jasleen.
I love me some Jasleen too. I almost included her her
Was
first
it the goth girl? Was it the goth girl?
Not the goth girl, but the Terminator one.
Yes.
I almost did that one. I almost did.
It's hard. There's so many good ones.
It's so many good ones. Oh my God. I really struggle. I remember I was like, girl, like what do you give for your top 10? Because I don't know what to pick. I don't know how to order this.
Right.
Okay, so my top 3 that I've spoiled goes to...
No, your top 2.
I mean, wait.
Because wasn't she your 3?
Oh, yes. I'm fucking up. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
My top 2 goes to Eva, the mother-loving diva. And I think it's special because in the episode, we see her crying. She's over it. And we just knew she was going to go home.
Yes. We're like, oh, it's over for Eva. And it's so funny because I used the last of the ink in my dad's Epson printer to print out that photo from the website to put up in my locker in school. I had that photo in my locker. Yes, ma'am. I would be in between periods looking at Eva the Diva slaying it. And so for my number 2, I picked Eva the Diva. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get any more iconic. She, mm, love that photo. Everything about it.
I got another
Yeah.
fan question for you. This is from Jurassic Bragness. And they said, oh my God, double interviews on my birthday because I'm doing a chat with Monet from Cycle 22 later on today. They said,
Yes.
love you, Oliver. Did any looks or photo shoots inspire her? You talked about that. But I also want you to answer, who is your favorite judge ever on America's Next Top Model? I have two.
I would have to say for me, are we talking about like judges on the judges panel or like guest judges?
Oh, Shea, here you want to go. You want to
Well,
complicate
look,
it.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna go with my first instinct, which is Jay Alexander. Miss J will always just be my favorite judge. Yeah, so that's my answer.
Icon.
How about you?
That is my answer. That is my answer. Miss J is one of the first really pioneers for you, me, and everybody.
Hello.
Let me think about it.
Right?
Have you seen anybody as flamboyant, like a flamboyant person of color before then on reality TV? I'm trying to think. If
no, and if we did, they were normally like the butt of the joke, you know.
And he was not. He was the one giving the jokes.
She was the one laughing.
So much talent.
Yes.
So much poise.
Yes.
You took her serious because she knew what she was talking about.
Absolutely, amen.
And every time I do an ANTM chat, majority, everybody always says Miss J is a real one. Like, she is a real one. Like, she really was there for us to help us. Yes. I would love to talk to her, Miss J, please.
I know, same. I'm like, if I ever, oh my gosh, just even, oh gosh. Like, I have people who like have stories with Miss J because Miss J goes down to SCAD in Atlanta, well, in Georgia every year to do, you know, it's
right up the street from me.
Yeah, but bitch, she goes down. Okay, so like my friends say she goes down every year to work like with the students like for their like final runway presentations. I have friends who have been coached by Miss J, like literally, yes. And that's why I'm absolutely positive she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta meeting up with Cynthia Bailey because she was probably in town doing that stuff for SCAD. And then dropped by and gave some tips at the Cynthia Bailey modeling agency.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. You might even be able to meet her in person. Look, it took me so long. She was right down the street, and it took me a full ass minute. Look, we've been living virtually for so long now. So yes, we need to get on that.
Yes.
Anybody in the chat work at SCAD?
Not SCAD, but SCAD.
SCAD. Yeah.
Anybody, let us know, please. My second favorite judge, very close second favorite. I will forever love this man, Andre Leon, mother loving tucking Tally.
Iconic.
That is an iconic person. Bump man, bump black gay. That is an iconic person.
Mm-hmm.
So much knowledge, so much character, so much grace, so much power, so much presence, so much poise, so much comedy, charismatic. I love Andre, and I was so upset when he left the judges panel. And then once Mr. J started doing his J's chats, what we found out happened to him and why he left, I was like, y'all dropped the ball. Y'all fumbled the bag. That was a good ass man, Savannah.
For real. For real.
So here we go for our number one.
Yes.
I wonder if we have the same number one.
I wonder if we have the same number one too. I feel like we both have, similar taste. I'm wondering.
I love this person as a person ever since we did our chat. She has been like a great friend to me. Like she checks up on me. She texts me. She's very spiritual. I feel like she gave me one of my most iconic accidental moments in my chat on the Cycle 2 chat where she just popped up and the whole chat just cracked open. I feel like there is no denying this photo anytime it is shown, anywhere you see it. And my number one photo of all time of Top Model goes to
Joanna House. Alexa, stop. Sorry.
Her eyes.
Look, that is, I mean, we are very close in our number ones because my number one is also from Cycle 2. We know how much I love Cycle 2. But my number one goes to Miss Shandy Sullivan. Again, she made the list twice for me. She ate this up so much. And look, for me, one of the reasons why I even love this picture more is because, like, I talked to her once and she was telling me, she's like, this was the pose when we were actually like resting. She was just like, I wasn't. She was like, I actually was like in between shots and he just like took this. And I was like, see, you resting is a campaign.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
That's what a top model makes, bitch.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
my girl. I love me some Shandy.
Yes! Oh my God. Well, y'all, that was my top 10. That was Shea's top 10 of all-time photos on America's Next Top Model. Shea, before you go, I want you to talk to the kiddos about your upcoming music, your upcoming tour, which dates that I'll be opening up for you.
Yeah.
All those things.
Okay, so y'all can get, oh, what did I just do? So y'all can, we already talked about my podcast, Want to Be on Top, wherever you listen to podcasts, Mondays and Thursdays. And I am currently working on this album, y'all, which will be coming out very soon. And then you can catch me on tour in the UK for the month of October. I'll be doing Heels of Hell. And look, there may or may not be a fierce little track that I might be turning around at that time. Oh, and I have, oh God, I'm not supposed to, whatever. I have 2 new products, so I'm going to say, coming out this next month. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. This next month, really soon, like literally in the next week.
Shea,
Can't wait.
I love you. You know, I love you. 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 Again, I'm so grateful and thankful that you did this with me. I cannot wait until the kids hear the podcast I did on Want to Be on Top.
Yes.
When it comes out later on in the summer, because it is a huge, huge, huge key. I am so grateful. As I told you, you inspire me. You inspire us all with your Black girl magic, your poise, your commitment to your art form. I can't wait to hug you, girl.
Yes, I know. Look, I'm fully back, so I'm going to give you a nice, good embrace.
Listen, everybody send love, hugs, and kisses as we wave goodbye to Shea Coulee for giving us a fabulous chat on America's Next Top Model. This video will be uploaded to the Oliver Twix YouTube channel so you can watch, share, do all the things of the things. Like I said earlier, I will put our photos on both sides of the video so you guys can see in HD what we're talking about.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Oliver. I had so much fun. And
thank you. You too. You too. This is why I wear panties, because every time the person goes down, so does Listen, y'all, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. This video will be uploaded to the Oliver Twix YouTube channel, where you can check out all of my America's Next Top Model chats. It's about 83 of them. I've talked to a bunch of contestants, some judges. You can peep my phone call with Tyra Banks when she called me and FaceTimed me at 1 o'clock in the morning. All the things of the things. Listen, I love you guys. Be safe. Go get vaccinated. Remember to love, hug, do all the great things of the things of all the things. And be sure to mother loving, pray, and kegel. Bye, y'all.